hello, beloved souls. It is Divine Masculine Monday. So this is a really powerful week. We have the full moon in Pisces coming up on the 10th. We have Mercury going retrograde on the 9th. And as scary as that can be sometimes, right? Mercury retrograde is really here to just slow things down, to give us a time to like reflect, reevaluate, reorganize, restructure, and really just take a pause, take a moment to just get things in order. It really affects our communication, travel, electronics, things like that. So just be mindful to back up all of your work. Make sure your devices are charged, right? If you send somebody an email, make sure that it actually got sent to the right address, right? Double check your work. If you can avoid signing any new contracts at the time, that would be cool. If you can't and you have to do it now, it's kind of like, you're signing a lease to an apartment. If you wait, you're going to lose it. Just really be clear about it and review everything really thoroughly, right? You want to take a fine tooth comb to everything that we're doing this week. And 9 is also 9. September is also the ninth month of the year, but because we're in a 6 universal year, the 9 plus the 6 equals a 15, and the 1 plus the 5 equals a 6. So although 9s are about endings and closures and finishing things out, 6 is about love and beauty and finances. So during this month, we're going to be ending anything that is not serving us and really receiving and being loved. Anything that's not serving us and realizing our own inner beauty and our inner grace, and anything that is not serving us as far as like our finances is going, right? So this is going to be a really powerful moment to get rid of distorted um belief systems, right? Anything that's really holding us back is really going to be is going to be amplified and pushed up to the surface so we can just clean the house, right? It's like when you're making a freaking huge stock pot, right? And all the stuff that doesn't serve you starts floating to the top. We're going to get that ladle and we're going to start skimming stuff off the top and really just clearing it out so that we can have a really beautiful, clear stock or broth. I don't know what's with all the food imagery. Maybe I'm hungry. I had a really amazing weekend with my babies. So just take all of that into consideration, right? Really open your hearts, get things into balance. And Mercury is also going retrograde in the sign of Libra. And so Libras are really good about external relationships and communication and just bringing things into balance. Because Mercury is retrograde in the sign of Libra, that's going to be our own internal balance, right? So it's really giving us the opportunity to get our own inner life in balance. Again, love, beauty, and finance are going to be highlighted during this time because it is a 6 month and a half year. So, my beautiful divine masculine, having said all that, let's call forward beautiful power animals to give us loving and supporting messages to see what it is you need to know, what it is you need to see during this amazing week of September. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys, for being here with me in the Divine Masculine Collective. What do they need to know? What do they need to see at this time? What do they need to know? What do they need to see? Got one card out immediately, which is not surprising. You guys have been getting this card repeatedly. Koala, empathy. Speak less and listen more. Like I said, Mercury is going retrograde this week, and that tends to highlight things in communication. And there could be opportunities for us to be misunderstood, right? So instead of being so quick to react to something somebody says or getting all caught up in your feelings, like really just take a moment and digest what's being said, infer what's going on, right? We want to read between the lines. Sometimes what's not being said is more clear than the words that are being spoken to us, right? We have two ears and one mouth for a reason. We're supposed to listen more than we speak. So take some time this week to just chill out, right? To realize that everybody is going through something at this time, right? It's not just you, right? People project their stuff onto us all the time. So we really just want to hold space for everyone and hold space for ourselves. And sometimes all that's really needed from a person or for a person is a listening ear, right? I often have friends who will vent to me about things, and I go, are you venting for advice or are you venting because you just want to be heard? And so they'll be like, I just want to be heard. Cool, then I shut up and there's nothing for me to say. If you want me to speak, then I'll speak. But I'm cautious about what I say because let's say you're dealing with a relationship, right? And you know how it is in a relationship. You're quick to call your friends and tell them, all the drama, all the bullshit, or the chaos that's going on with them, but not nearly so quick to speak about all the blessings, all the joy, all the fun, all the deliciousness that's been happening in your life, right? So somebody can come to you and they're like, she did this and she said that and blah, 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 blah. And if you respond and quick and be like, yeah, I never liked her anyway, she's such a bitch and she's mad toxic, turn around, they make up, and now they're looking at you crazy because you said something about their divine counterpart. You said something about their wife or their girlfriend or their husband, however it plays out in your life, right? So it's just about being mindful about the things that we say and understanding that sometimes people just want to be heard. It's not a need for us to necessarily comment, right? It's just a need to just let people be heard. Um, I know that now more than ever as an international psychic because I talk to people all the time and 9 times out of 10, I don't really have to say anything. I'm just on the phone, just listening and just letting them get their feelings out. And if I have to pull a card, I pull a card. If I have to just channel some energy, I channel some energy. But really it's just allowing people to be heard and then just pouring life into them during this moment. So just take some time, Divine Masculines, to just listen, right? Listen to what isn't being said. And when people are guilty as well and you're not saying anything, because silence is golden, people just talk and tell on themselves, right? So you don't really have to say anything. Just literally just sit there and listen and let a person be heard and hold space for them. You also got rabbit with fertility. You've gotten this message several times as well. Your creativity is at its peak. So allow your creativity to come forward, right? What is that dream? What is that goal that you've got going on inside of you that needs to be brought forward at this time, right? Because rabbits are about the energy of the spring, right? Like bringing things new creations, and they're fertile, right? So what are you giving life to at this moment? What are you using your energies for at this present time? To really just pour into the collective and pour into your own life, right? What dream are you working on? Is it a painting? Is it a new recipe? Is it a book? Is it like a new aspect of your business, right? Like what is it that's trying to come forth, and are you allowing it to come forth, right? Like really support yourself at this time. I have so many friends that will question and doubt themselves, and I'm like, if you don't believe in yourself, why should anybody else believe in you? Right? It starts with you believing in yourself, believing in your own dreams. And yeah, we get scared and we get shook, and there are times where we feel like we're not really on solid ground, and so you have that person in your team, in your tribe, right? That's your support system. That when your energy is drained, they're like the battery in your back, right? Like when you lose the vision because you're caught up in fear and the egoic mind, right? You have that person that's coming from the space of love that's holding the vision for you. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. But this is about you pushing forward, right? This is about you taking action. This is about you really putting pen to paper, right? If it's about writing that book, right? It's about you getting in the kitchen and trying that recipe out. If it's about like your cooking, like whatever that means to you, right? Because we're all on different spiritual paths. Give it a time, give it space, give it time, give it a voice. Hey friends, you got some birds up there. I think those are swallows coming to say hi to you. Not surprising. Every divine masculine reading, we have some birds coming through. We got two that just popped out. We got lion with courage, ask for what you want. Be clear and direct. We're moving towards the full moon, right? So we still have that beautiful new moon energy building up, which is a time for manifestations, right? Ask for what you want from the universe. Get crystal clear. And when I'm talking about crystal clear, I mean, write it down. Like, write it down what it is I want. I'm looking for, healthy, loving, supporting relationships. I want to travel internationally, like with my friends and my family. I'd like to, start bringing in $10,000 a month in my business, right? Like really just being crystal clear and asking for what you want and asking the people in your tribe, right? Like sometimes people don't know that we need help because we don't say anything. So just being really clear and putting it out there and knowing that like there's nothing wrong with needing help sometimes. Everybody needs help, and it does take courage to stand for it. It does take courage to put it out there. But this line is about strength, right? Inner strength. Like this is about you and your inner strength. Then if you don't ask the question, the answer will always be no. So how will you know? Right? So put it out there. Be really, really clear and embody that beautiful lion courage. And fox adapt when the pre-shadow stage of Mercury. I'm like, oh, I can't even talk. Adaptability. Adapt to the changes that are happening, right? Be fluid the in your response to life, right? Life is always happening for us, not to us. So things are going to change along the way, but it doesn't mean that the end goal should ever change, right? It doesn't mean that you cannot um, achieve your goal, your dream, your desire. It just means that your path may look a little different, right? We put our address into the GPS and then we start heading home. And you basically know which way you're going to go, but sometimes the GPS takes you a different direction. There's an accident, there's traffic, whatever it may be. It doesn't mean that you're just like, oh, you know what, I'm not going home because I don't know which way this is and I'm going to go back to where I was. No, it just means that you're taking a different route, right? You're being flexible, you're being adaptable. So really just embody that energy throughout this week. Bottom of the deck, raccoon, resourcefulness. You have all the resources you need. Everything that you need lies within you. And if it doesn't lie within you, guess what? We get to ask the universe for that, what we want, right? Call upon your angels, call upon your ancestors, call upon your guides. The things that we don't have will be added unto us as we move along the way. As we start to take these steps along the path, guess what? We get to pick up a little skill over here, pick up a little talent over here, have a conversation over here that might enlighten us, take a class over here that might strengthen us, whatever that may be, but it'll come to you as you're moving. You don't need to know everything at the beginning of the journey, right? We don't need to know the hows. All we need to do is just put it out there and let the universe just bless us, all right? It's 11:11 on the clock. So now I'm going to call on the angels of Atlantis. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. We have messages for you as well. Let's see what they have. So thank you, angels. Thank you, guys, for being here with the Divine Masculine Collective. Wow. What do they need to know? What do they need to see for this week? What do I need to know? What do I need to see for this week? What do I need to know? What do I need to see? Alright, we are complete. Wow. So have some courage this week, right? Don't be scared, as they put it out there. Like literally, just be bold, be courageous, stand in your power. This beautiful energy, this beautiful red energy coming in with Archangel Haniel is our root chakra, right? And our roots are about what? Safety, stability, and security. So do as much as you can this week to be really grounded and really centered, to focus on your root chakra and to allow that to to be strengthened at the time. Whether you go outside and get into nature, right? Get your feet on the actual earth and like pour those energies into the ground with Gaia, hugging a tree, getting into a body of water, taking a salt bath, eating grounded foods, right? Like things that are coming out of the earth, the potatoes, the lettuces, whatever that is coming from the ground up, right? That's really going to strengthen your root chakra at this time. There's a ton of meditations on YouTube that will also help strengthen your root chakra, but really getting that into balance. Why? Because that's our foundation, right? You can't build a house from the roof down, right? You start at the ground level, you get everything nice and stable, right? It's like when you're playing with cards and you're lining them all up, the bottom is always wider than the top, right? Because that's our solid, strong foundation. That's your pillars, right? It's like when you're standing tall and you have your feet underneath your shoulders, right? I took my kids skating this weekend, and my son so nervous when it comes to skating. He kept leaving his legs like this, and I'm like, put your feet closer together and close your legs more, and it'll give you more stability, right? It'll give you more stability. It's that type of thing, right? We don't want to be all over the place. We don't want to be spread. We don't want to spread ourselves too thin. We want to bring things together. We want to get stable. We want to get grounded. We want to be a pillar of strength, and we want to have a really strong foundation. Why? Because the stronger our foundation, right? The deeper our roots can grow. The deeper our roots grow, guess what? The higher we can expand to higher consciousness and really connecting with those beautiful energies of the heaven and the divine that are coming in to support you. Okay. First card out the top, look, Archangel Michael with enchantment. Beautiful unicorn energy of healing coming in. And that's about our crown chakra, right? So again, once we have a really strong foundation, we can really truly receive these beautiful divine messages that are coming in, right, from the higher realm. We can really connect to the heavens, the light codes that are coming in, the ancient knowledge and wisdom that we all have access to that are being dormant within our own DNA and energetic fields, right? All of that stuff starts to be activated and starts to come forward. So really, really beautiful energy. Really powerful. If you've been getting like headaches or head pressure, just know that that's your third eye and your crown chakra really being activated at this time. And I feel like that's really important for just not just for you, but for the entire collective, because there's been a lot of that energy filtering through us as all these different light codes have been coming in, and especially as we head towards this 9/9 portal, as which is also the same day that Mercury goes retrograde, because We don't have enough going on this week. It's like, oh, 9-9 portal, Mercury retrograde, and the Pisces full moon. Universe plays too much. Archangel Uriel with freedom. That beautiful yellow color, right? That's the yellow of our solar plexus. That's your energy, the divine masculine, right? Your energy. That's our power center. That's our inner sun. That's our gut instincts, right? Flight, fight, or freeze, right? That's where we not just take the creative things that are coming into our mind, but then actually putting it into action, right? Actually stepping forward. We get the freaking creative sparks in our sacral chakra, right? And then we're like, that sounds like a good idea. That sounds delicious. That sounds great. And then we take the energy of the divine masculine and we start moving, right? And so we get really practical and we start taking action steps. We're still in Virgo season, right? So it's about taking the action steps. Virgo helps us to get grounded, get structured, get organized, be very practical, and then to get moving, right? So Archangel Uriel is really helping you to get moving, and it's going to bring a sense of freedom into your life, right? Like it's because you're doing things and you're taking action from divine inspiration, right? You're not just pushing things forward and you're just not trying to just force things to happen and make it work. No, you're taking divine action, right? Because it's divinely guided with this beautiful purple. It's like you're getting the downloads and then you're making it move, right? You're not just like trying to force things to happen. Once again, it's like, no, let me sit, let me be still. All right, you know what? I'd like to do A, B, C, and D. Let me focus. Let me get with my team of light, and then you get this inspiration, this little spark. Right, this is the first thing you should work on. This is something that you should do, and then you get up and you start going. That's that energy. It's delicious. And then Archangel Jophiel with the beautiful joy. Once again, that beautiful yellow energy of our solar plexus coming in. But look, we see the orange down here, the sacral chakra. So this is a balance of your divine masculine and divine feminine energies coming together, right? Again, we're getting the creativity that goes through our sacral chakra, and then we're taking beautiful, divinely guided action steps. And what is it bringing you? Joy, right? The dolphins are here to support you this week as well. We had dolphins, we had unicorns, lions, fox, rabbit, koala, and raccoon. So start seeing these things in nature. You start seeing them outside, seeing them on television, seeing like t-shirts, billboards, wherever you start seeing these energies, just know that like these are confirmations of these beautiful messages coming through. And dolphins are really here. They came to this planet to help raise the vibration of the planet, right? To help keep us really joyful. Dolphins will be in the water, right? Say a human might be in danger from a shark, and a dolphin will like surround a human and bring it into safety, and the shark doesn't touch it. They also communicate through sound, right? So music, binaural beats, like sound is really going to be important for you in receiving these activations. You might be hearing things in music. You might hear a different beat. You might be guided to start speaking and using your voice in a more powerful way, right? Or maybe you're going to take a class or a course that's really going to like activate you. Maybe you watch a movie and you just they say something and it just clicks, right? Just be open to this beautiful guidance that you're receiving from the universe because it always is for your greatest and highest good. All right, so I'm gonna leave it there because for some reason I have no voice while I'm talking to you. So that throat stuff is really being activated. I love you so much, though. I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. Have a powerful week, and I'll see y'all soon. Later.